says I'm live. I hope that you guys can see here. Alright. So, Shabbat Shalom. I hope you're having a wonderful Sabbath, a blessed Sabbath. And I hope that this is edifying. Um, it says right here, the first book of Samuel says, and the other wife called the first book of the Kings. This right here, I don't know if you can see it or not. It says Elkanah, a Levite, having two wives. All right. Elkanah, a Levite, having two wives. All right. But first, I want to go over the First Kings, chapter 3, and I'm going to start at 16. All right. It says, then came, I think maybe in the NIV and other, it says, one day came there two women, uh, harlots, or you would call them prostitutes. They came unto the king and stood before him. And the other women said, O my lord, my master, I and this woman dwell in one house, and I was delivered of a child with her in the house. All right. And it came to pass the third day after that I was delivered, that this woman was delivered, had a child also, and we were together. There was no stranger with us in the house, save we two, only us two in the house. All right. And this woman, child died in the night because she overlaid it. All right. She slept on it. All right. And she arose in midnight and took my son from beside me, while thine handmaid slept, and laid it in her bosom, and laid her dead child in my bosom. All right. And when I arose in the morning to give my child suck, behold, it was dead. But when I had considered it in the morning, behold, it was not my son, which I did bear. And the other woman said, No, but the living is my son, and the dead is thy son. And this said, No, but the dead is your son, and the living is my son. Thus they spake before the king. This is what they spoke to the king Solomon. Then said the king Solomon, the one said, This is my son that liveth, and thy son is the dead. And the other saith, No, but thy son is the dead, and my son is the living. And the king said, Bring me a sword. A what? A sword, a weapon. And they brought a sword before the king. All right. And the king said, Divide the living child in two, cut him in half, and give half to one and half to the other. That's being fair, right? Then spake the woman whose the living child was, uh, unto the king, for her bowels yearned upon her son, were hot for her son, her emotions. And she said, O my master, give her the living child, and in no wise kill it. But the other said, Let it be neither mine nor thine, but divide it, because her child was dead. She didn't care. Then the king answered and said, Give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. Don't kill it. She is the mother of the child. And all Israel, all Yasharallah, heard of the judgment which the king Solomon had judged. And they feared the kings, for they saw that the wisdom of the Most High, the Elohim, was in him to do judgment. All right, to do judgment. So I'm hoping that y'all are seeing this. Uh, so that's that on that. And if I need to, I mean, I can read it. Solomon makes a difficult decision. It says, one day two women came to King Solomon. One said, Your Majesty, this woman and I live in the same house. Not long ago, my baby was born at home, and 3 days later, her baby was born with us. One night while we were asleep, she rolled over, on her baby, and he died. Then, while I was still asleep, she got up, took my son out of my bed. She put him in her bed. She put her morning. When I go, I saw that he was dead. But when I looked at him in the light, I knew he wasn't my son. No, the other woman shouted. He was your son. My baby is alive. The dead baby is yours. The first woman yelled. Mine is alive. They argued back and forth in front of Solomon the king until finally he said, Both of you say, This live baby is yours. Someone bring me a sword. Solomon ordered, Cut the baby in half, the way each of you can have part of him. Please don't kill my son. The baby's mother screamed, Your Majesty, King, I love him very much, but give him to her. Just don't kill him. The other woman shouted, Go ahead and cut him in half. Then neither of us will have the baby. Solomon said, Don't kill the baby. Then he pointed to the first woman. She is the real mother. Give the baby to her. Everyone in Israel was shocked when they heard how Solomon had made his decision. They realized that the Most High had given him wisdom, the Ruach, to judge fairly amongst the Israelites. All right. So I read it again. All right. Just making it plain. So let's go back um, to First Samuel. Back to First Samuel. All right. And I don't know. Elkanah, Levite, having two wives. Chapter 1. The first book of Samuel, and the other wife was called. All right. And this is the first book of the Kings. All right. So I'm going to read this. But first, before I read this, I want to read what I'm going to get into. And let's see if I can put this in here. Let's see if you can see this. It's in here. All right. It says chapter 10. All right. And it says here, Caleb's miraculous. Uh, I'm sorry. It says here, chapter 10, infancy, two wives, one man, each have a son sick. One of them named Mary, and whose son's name was Caleb, presents the virgin with a handsome carpet, and Caleb is cured. But the son of the other wife dies, which occasions a difference between the women. The other wife puts Caleb into a hot oven, and he is miraculously preserved. She afterwards throws him into a well, and he is again saved. His mother appeals to the virgin again, the other wife, against the other wife, whose downfall the virgin prophesies, and who accordingly falls into the well, therein fulfilling a saying of old. We're going to read about the saying of old, and we're gonna touch on why men have to be careful uh, with their wives. All right, we're gonna get into that. So right now, we're gonna look at this First Samuel. All right, okay, and we're gonna read verse 2. Elkanah, it says, and he had two wives. The name of one was Hannah, and the name of the other, oh, you can't see, Peninnah. And Peninnah had children, but Hannah had no children. All right. And this man went up out of his city yearly to worship and to sacrifice unto the Most High in Shiloh. And two sons of Eli, Hophni and Phinehas, the priests of the Most High, were there. And when the time was that Elkanah offered, he giveth to Peninnah his wife. He gave to Peninnah his wife, right? And to all her sons and her daughters portions. All right. But unto Hannah he gave a worthy, that means a double portion. For he loveth Hannah, but the Most High, the highest, hath shut up her womb. She couldn't bear any children. And her adversary, her enemy, also provoked her sore. All right. Angered her, made her very upset. All right. Uh, and it made her to fret, to be afraid, because the Most High had closed up her womb. All right. She couldn't have children. All right. All right. So he cherishes Hannah through though she's barren, though she's empty, she cherishes her. He loves her, and Hannah is provoked by Peninnah, all right, his first wife. Hannah in grief. Hannah is in pain. Oh, I don't know if it could have been Hannah's the first and Peninnah's the second. I'm not sure. Hannah is in grief and prayer for a child, right? That's what we're looking at. All right. All right. So verse 7, and as he did so year by year, when she went up to the house of the Most High, she provoked her. Therefore she wept, she cried, and did not eat. So she was upset. All right. Then said Elkanah, her husband, to her, Hannah, why weepest thou? Why are you crying? And why you eat not? And why is your heart in pain? Am not I better to you than 10 sons? All right. So Hannah rose up after they had eaten in Shiloh and after they had drunk. All right. And she was in bitterness of soul. She was very upset. All right. She was very upset and prayed unto the Most High and wept sore. All right. She was in pain. All right. Now let's jump down a little bit. 15. All right, let's read 15. It says, and Hannah answered and said, no, my Lord, I am a woman of a sorrowful spirit. I have drunken neither wine nor strong drink, but have poured out my soul before the Most High. Count not thine handmaid for a daughter of Satan, of Beel, for out of the abundance of my complaint and grief have I spoken. All right. Then Eli answered and said, go in peace, and the Most High of Israel give you your petition, what you're asking, and that you have asked, and what you have asked of him. All right. Your supplication, your prayer. And she said, let thy handmaid find grace in your eyes. So the woman went her way and did eat, and her face was no more sad. All right. Let's see. I want to try to jump. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Let's go to verse. Let's go to verse. Um, let's keep reading. It says, and they rose up in the morning early and worshipped before the Lord and returned and came to their house to Ramah. And Elkanah knew Hannah his wife, and the Most High remembered her. She got pregnant. Wherefore it came to pass when the time was come out, come about, after Hannah had conceived, that she bare a son, and called his name Samuel, saying, Because I have asked him of the Most High. And the man Elkanah and all his house went up to offer unto the Most High the yearly sacrifice and his vow, his promise. But Hannah went not up, but she said unto her husband, uh, I will not go up until the child be weaned, and then I will bring him that he may appear before the Most High and there abide forever. All right, all right. We're gonna jump down to 26. And she said, O my Lord, as thy soul liveth, my master, I am the woman that stood by thee here, praying unto the Most High. For this child I prayed, and the Most High hath given me my petition, what I asked of him. All right. So, therefore also I have lent him, so returned him, whom I have received by prayer to the Most High. And he shall be lent to the Most High. He of whom I received by the Most High shall go back to the Most High, return to the Most High. And he worshiped the Lord there. All right. So, chapter 2. And Hannah prayed and said, My heart rejoices in the Most High. My head is lifted in the Most High. My mouth is enlarged over my enemies. She can boast now, because I rejoice in the Most High's salvation. There is none holy as the Most High, for there is none beside you, Most High, neither is there any rock like our power. Talk no more, so exceedingly proud. That's what she said to her enemies. Let not arrogance come out thy mouth, for the Most High is a God. He's a Yah, a power of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed, deeds are weighed. The bowels of the mighty man are broken, and they that stumbled are girt. Those that fall are girt with given aided help with strength, with power. They that were full have hired out themselves for food, and they that were hungry ceased, so that the barren, the empty, the empty have borne 7. She that have many children is waxed feeble, weak. The Most High killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Most High maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lift up. He promotes. He raises up the poor out of the dust and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, all right, and he has set the world upon them, the Israelites. He will keep the feet of his saints, the chosen, and the elect, and the wicked shall be silent in darkness. For by strength, power, shall no man have victory over the Most High. And the enemies of the Most High shall be broken to pieces. Out of heaven shall he thunder upon them. The Most High shall judge the ends of the earth in Babylon, and he shall give strength unto his king, and lift up the head of his anointed, which is Yeshua, Christ. All right. And Elkanah went to Ramah to his house, and the child did minister unto the Most High, Samuel did, before Eli the priest. Now the sons of Eli were sons of Satan, Belial. All right. They did wickedly. They knew not the Most High. All right. The scriptures in Sirach, it says, beware of your children. And also the Bible talks about having many children. But she had to pray for her womb to be open. All right. Because she didn't feel like she was being treated fair. All right. So the other wife was called. He had two wives, but the other wife was called Elkanah, a Levite, having two wives. All praise to the Most High. We are able to have more than one wife, but are they righteous? And all of those good old things. The children, are they righteous? All that good old stuff right there. All right, so we got to be careful, right? Um, um, about who we give our seed to and all those good old things. Um, Now, let's get into what I was wanting to share. All right, I'm gonna get it. Um, it says the first gospel of the infancy of Messiah Christ. All right, and we're talking about Caleb. All right, we talk about. For the record, I'm not saying true or facts or what. Um, but this was removed. It was apocrypha, right? But it could be. But we're trying to get the moral of the story. All right. And so we're going to read chapter 10. All right. Let's read it. All right. There were in the same city two wives of one man who had each a son sick. One of them were called Mary, and her son's name was Caleb. She rose, she got up, she woke up, and taking her son and went to the lady Mary, all right, the mother of Yasha, and offered her a very handsome carpet, saying, O my lady, Mary, accept this carpet of me, and instead of it, give me a small swaddling cloth, and in place of it, give me in return a small swaddling cloth. To this Mary agreed, and when the mother of Caleb was gone, she made a coat for her son of the swaddling cloth, and put it on him, the baby, and his disease was cured. He was healed by the son of the other wife. I'm sorry. But the son of the other wife died. All right. Hereupon there arose between them a difference in doing the business of the family by turns, each her week. All right. So let me go back a little bit. It says to this Mary agreed. All right. Mary, the mother of Yasha, agreed, and when the mother of Caleb, which was named Mary, was gone, she made a coat for her son of the swaddling cloth. All right. Put it on him, and his disease was cured. All right. And because Yasha, the Messiah, all right, the baby, his swaddling cloth, because he had it on him, uh, healed her son, right? Like the woman that touched the bottom of his garment, right, when he was walking the earth. It says here, but the son of the other wife died. All right. Hereupon there arose between them a difference in doing the business, the affairs of the family, the work of the family, by turns each uh, week, right? So they had turns on doing whatever for the house, chores, and there was a difference. All right. strife between them. And when the turn of Mary, the mother of Caleb, came, and she was heating the oven to bake bread, and went away to fetch the meal, she left her son Caleb by the oven. She left her baby by the oven, whom the other wife, her rival, uh-oh, seeing to be by himself, took and cast him into the oven. She threw the baby into the oven, right? Because the other mother had favor, her son was healed, and her baby died. So you have this type of jealousy going on in the world between wives. There was jealousy between um, uh, Rachel and Leah, right? And the children, they started fighting each other. Oh, you got the good hair. Oh, you darker. You got more melanin. Oh, this is what happened when the baby mother and the baby father type stuff happens, and someone is favored more than the other, right? But the world ain't fair, and there's a chosen and there's not chosen. There's a favorite in the family. There's differences. That don't mean that you don't love them all, but you have a favorite, right? What happened to Joseph? The brothers threw him, right? Gave him away, and all those good old things, right? So I'm just saying, uh, uh, Rachel and Leah, let me get these mandrakes. Let me have my husband in the night. All these different little things, all right, cause fights. So you got to be wise and you got to be careful. You got to be watchful. It says, and so you got to be watchful about your children. People don't like you, and you let your baby stay over at your auntie's house, and she remembers how you were blessed and treated, and um, you know, some kids don't like kids that have something. You know, so anyway, I'm just sharing that you have those differences and things go on where people just despise you and hate you. All right. Okay. So anyway, it says in verse 6, whom the other wife, her rival, seeing to be by himself, took and threw the baby into the oven, which was very hot, right? And then went away. Mary, on her return, when she came back, saw her son Caleb lying in the middle of the oven. Let's see if you can see that. Lying in the middle of the oven, laughing, and the oven quite as cold as though it had not been before heated, and knew that her rival, the other wife, had thrown him into the fire, right? Because she was jealous and angry. When she took him out, she brought him to the late to it says Lady Saint Mary, to Mary, all right, and told her the story, to whom she replied, be quiet, I am concerned if you should make this matter known, if you should speak on this matter. After this, her rival, the other wife, as she was drawing water at the well, and saw Caleb playing by the well, and that no one was near close, took him and threw him into the well. All right. Ever seen a movie Good Son? This is what it seems like between these two wives. And when some men came to fetch water from the well, they saw the boy sitting on the superficies of the water, um, and drew him out with ropes. Oh, the surfaces of the water, and drew him out with ropes and were exceedingly surprised at the child and praised the Most High. They praised Elohim. Then came the mother and took him and carried him to Mary, crying and saying, "Oh, my lady, Mary, see what my rival have done to my son, and how she hath thrown him into the well. I do not question, but one time or other she will be the occasion of his death." She said, "I don't. I believe that at one time or another she will be the occasion of his death, the reason why he died." So Mary replied to her, "The Most High will vindicate your injured cause." All right. Accordingly, right. So you gotta let vengeance be of the Most High. Vengeance is the Lord. He will take care of it. Right. Accordingly, a few days after, when the other wife came to the well to draw water, her foot was entangled. See, back then there was no police, and police ain't never gonna give you justice. The Most High will give you justice. All right. It says again, accordingly, a few days passed after, when the other wife came to the well to draw water, to get some water, her foot was entangled in the rope, so that she fell headlong, head first, into the well. And they who ran to her assistance found her skull broken, all praises, and bones bruised. So she came to a bad end, and her in her was complete that saying of the author, "They digged a well and made it deep, but fell themselves into the pit which they made, they prepared, created for me." All right, so we're gonna get that. Get that. Let me get that. Oh, so let's get that. Let's go to Psalms. I have a place over here. Oh, it's Psalms. Hopefully, y'all seeing this right. So everything's coming up backwards for me. Psalms 72. Oh no, I'm sorry. 50, 57. I'm sorry. 57. And this is David's prayer. 57, and we're gonna read 6. They have prepared. This is the old saying. They have. Hope you can see. They have prepared a net for my steps, for my soul. All right. They have created a net, a trap for my steps, for my feet. My soul is bowed down. They have digged a pit before me, in front of me, into the midst whereof they are fallen themselves. In the middle of it, they have fallen themselves. In America, you have digged the pit for the children of Israel, you're going to fall. And so will Babylon and all the wicked ones, Nephilim, uh, and wicked demonic angels and entities, uh, Hasatan, and all of them, right? They're going to fall themselves in the trap. So again, I'm going to read it. They have prepared, they have made a net for my steps. My soul is bowed down. My soul is very heavy, depressed. They have digged a pit, a trap before me. Into the midst thereof, they are fallen themselves. And we're going to get some examples of people falling in their own pits or traps that they have created. All right, let's go to Psalms 9 and 15. All right, let's get Psalms 9 and 15. So the old saying came from David. All right, so I got 9, verse 15. It says here, the heathen are sunk down in the pit. They're sunk down in hell, or the trap that they made, in the net, in the trap which they hid. All right, they made secret. and is their own foot taken. And their own foot, they're trapped. They're taken. Uh-huh. And I'm read 16. And the Most High is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is trapped in the work of his own hands. Salah, all praises. The wicked shall be turned into hell. That's right. And all the nations that forget the Most High. All right. Okay. So the heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made, and in the net which they hid, and is their own foot taken. All right. They have trapped themselves. All right. Okay. So and then I want I think 7 and 15. So let's get 7 verse 15. All right. 7 verse 15. But before 15, I want to read 8. The Most High, the Master, the Creator, Yash, all right, shall judge the people. Uh-huh. The Most High shall judge the people. And it says, Judge me, O Most High, according to my righteousness and according to my integrity that is in me. All right. 15. He made a pit. He made a what? A pit and digged it and is fallen. Who did that? Satan, Hasatan, Mastema, Azazel, the fallen angels, the Nephilim, giants, all of those in Psalms 83. That's against the Most High's children and all of the children of right. They have made a pit and digged it and is fallen into the ditch which they made or he made. All right. His mistress or they mistress will return upon their or his own head, and his violent dealing will come down upon his own pate, his own head. I, all of Israel, will praise the Most High according to his righteousness, and will sing praises to the Most High's name. All right. So that's that on that. Now let's get Daniel. Let's get Daniel. Daniel, Daniel was cast in the lion's den. All right, Daniel was saved. Let's see what happened to his enemies, right? Let's go to let's do verse 21 or 22. It says, "My master, my power, have sent his angel, right, and have shut the lion's mouth, that they have not hurt me. For as much as before him innocence was found in me, not guilty. And also before you, O king, have I done no harm, no hurt, no injury." Then was the king exceedingly happy for him, and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, out of Hades, and no manner of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in the Most High. All right. And the king commanded, and they brought those men, Psalms 83, those false prophets, all right, those evildoers, those men which had accused Daniel, and they threw them into the den of lions. And them and their children, their babies, and their wives, and the lions had the mastery of them. All right, and break all their bones in pieces, or ever they came at the bottom of the den, the bottom of hell. Okay. uh, and then the king Darius wrote unto all people and nations and languages that live in all the earth, peace be multiplied unto you. Mhm. He says, I make a decree that in every dominion of my kingdom, men tremble and fear before the Most High Elohim, the Lord of spirits, the Ancient of Days, all right, the creator of Daniel, for he is the living power, Ahaya, all right, the highest, Yah, and steadfast forever, and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed, and his dominion, rulership, shall be even unto the end. All right. Okay. That was Daniel. Let's get the three holy children. All right. The three holy children. Um. Um. Let's see. Three holy children. We'll start at 18. Put us not to shame, but deal with us after your loving kindness, Elohim, and according to the multitude of your mercies. Save us also according to your marvelous works, and give glory to thy name, O Most High, and let all them that do your servants hurt be disappointed, and let them be trapped by their own trap. That's right. And let them be confounded, confused, all right, in all their power and might, in all their power and all their strength, and let their strength be broken, and let them know that you are the master, the only Elohim, the highest, the only king, and glorious over the whole world. Praise the Most High. Hallelujah. And the king's servants that put them in cease not to make the oven hot with rosin pitch, um, tow, and small wood. All right. So that the flame streamed out above the furnace, 49 cubits. They made it hot. They made it hot. Okay. They turned up the degrees. And it passed through and burnt those Chaldeans it found about the furnace. All right. It burnt them. All right. But the angel, all right, the messenger, all right, the angel of the Lord, which is Yasha, all right, Yeshaya, all right, who's the voice of the Most High, came down into the oven, all right, together with Azarias and his fellows, all right. So, uh, and smote the flame of the fire out of the oven. He hit the flame of the fire out of the oven for Meshach, Meshach, and Abednego. All right, and made the midst of the furnace as it had been a moist or a cool whistling wind, so that the fire touched them not at all, neither hurt nor troubled them. Mhm. Then the three, as out of one mouth, at the same time, simultaneously praised the Most High, said Hallelujah, and glorified and blessed the Elohim in the furnace, saying, Blessed are you, O Most High, power of our fathers, and to be praised and raised above all forever. And blessed is your glorious and holy name, and to be praised and exalted above all forever. Yea, blessed art thou in the temple of thy holy glory, and to be praised and glorified above all forever. Blessed art thou, blessed are you that beholdest the depths, the deep sea, and sittest upon the cherubim, the angels, the archangels, and to be praised and lifted high above all forever. Blessed art thou on the glorious throne of thy kingdom, and to be praised and glorified above all forever. Blessed art thou in the firmament of heaven, and above all to be praised and glorified forever. All ye workers of the Most High, bless ye the Most High, and praise and exalt him above all forever. O you heavens, bless ye the Most High, praise and exalt him above all forever. O you angels of the Most High, bless ye the Most High, and praise and exalt him, lift him up above all forever. All you waters that be above the heavens, bless ye the Most High, and praise and exalt him above all forever. O all you powers of the Most High, bless the Most High, and praise and exalt him above all forever. All you people, you must bless the Most High and give him praise. So give him the praise and thank him. All right. Keep his commandments. And so that's all I have for you. I'll say Shabbat Shalom. May your Sabbath be blessed. Enjoy the Sabbath day rest.